5x5. Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully 2026 is rocking for you so far. It's been pretty okay here. Had an interesting night with the band on New Year's Eve. We played at a new place we've never played before, and just before I left to go there, I got a message from the guitar player that said, you can park in the second floor of the parking garage, and the key to the door, the code to the door is, 5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a yuppie. Good, thank you, Betty. Thank you for that 5x5 to let me know that sometimes there's a weird echo and you just never know, so I'm glad. Thank you for that update. After the ad, sorry, Ryan. So we get there and we see the parking garage, and we're like looking, and we're getting ready to turn left, and I swear like I can hear somebody yelling, and I roll the window down, and I mean this is a busy part of town, and there's people everywhere, and it's loud, and I don't know if I actually heard somebody yell or not, but I'm kind of looking around, and I realize that's a one-way. We can't turn that direction. And right as Joseph realizes, so he shuts his blinker off, and we go straight instead, and we go one more block down, hook around, come back till the... Now we drive past the parking garage, and as I'm looking in, the sign to get into the parking garage says like 6'3" or something like that, clearance. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, nah, that ain't for trucks. So we drive around the block again. Hi, Julie. Hi, Chubby Hubby. Hi, Betty. Hi, J&V. Hi, Ryan. Good to see everybody. Happy New Year. So we drive around the block again, and I look at it again, and I'm like, no way, there's got to be another way for trucks to get in there, because trucks don't go in that hole. No way, no way, no way, no how. And we pull around the block, and we park, and I look out my truck door, and there's a sign that says to the place where we're supposed to be. So I'm like, this is just fine. Like, just stop here. This is between the hours of what and whatever parking, and it is that time. So park here. And I go up to the door, and I punch in the number, and it opens, and we walk up the stairs, and this place is fancy. Ooh, I mean, like, fancy. There was great confusion there too. I walked in, and the gal's like, go ahead and sit down wherever you'd like. And I was like, where does the band go? And she was like, oh, the band starts at 8. And I was like, no, where does the band go? She was like, oh, I'll help you find Kale. And I'm like, oh, she must be talking about Cole, right? It's like, she must just, because believe it or not, Cole has had his name messed up in numerous ways. Like, I've heard him called lots of different things. So she starts hauling across the restaurant, and this great big place, and she takes me to a guy. I'm looking around for Cole, for my guitar player Cole, and I'm like, I don't see Cole anywhere. But he's usually there first, so I'm kind of expecting that. And she takes me to some guy named Kale. Hi, Kale, I'm Allison. Hi. And Kale's like, all right, follow me. And so now we're headed back across the restaurant. And I'm like, I look at Joseph, and Joseph looks at me, and I just shrug. I'm like, I don't know. He said, follow him. So I follow him out the door of the restaurant. He's like, where are you guys parked? In the parking garage? And we were like, heck no. We couldn't figure out how to get into the parking garage. And so we go down the stairs, and he's like, how much gear do you got? Can I help you haul your gear? And I'm like, I really don't. I just got like one thing. And he was like, oh, well, then how can I help you? And I'm like, I just needed to know where to go. And he was like, oh, okay. So he held the door, and we went, hauled my stuff in, and kind of had a look around. It was, hi, other Allison. Is she here? She is. Hi there. Beautiful place. And I was like, man, what kind of crowd are we going to have in here? Because, again, we've never played here. As we were, Cole, my actual guitar player, got there very shortly after, and we were helping him haul his gear in from the parking garage. Believe it or not, the trucks fit in the 6'3" parking garage, but just barely. So we were helping him haul his stuff in, and one of the first people that they were walking in as I was walking out to get gear, was like a 90-year-old lady. I can't say for sure that she was 90, but like just a little old lady. And like you could tell a bunch of her family, and it must have been her birthday because they had gifts and they all sat at the table. And I was like, awesome, like I love performing for your families and, parties and things. So great. And I mean, the place filled up all of a sudden, and there was just all kinds of people in there. And it must have been her birthday because later we sang happy birthday to her, and that was fun. And I kissed a fool at midnight, and he's not really a fool, but I kissed him anyway, as is tradition. Yeah, it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed it. There were some really neat people there. Lots of dancing and fun stuff. So that kicked off my new year. It was great. Made it home safe and everything. And I've been really working hard on, hi Wild, good to see you. A Meteor Wrong at-home ID series, like mini series. I mentioned it a while back, and it's been actually a lot harder to make than I thought that it would. It sounds great and simple and easy in theory, right? But how do you keep everybody, how do you walk 100 people through a rock ID when they're all holding a different rock and keep everybody on this on track, right? Which is kind of the goal of this mini series that I'm creating. So I've played around with the scripting. I'm just gonna, let's see, there's only one piece of this is actually that script. The rest of this is many other scripts, but this is it right here. I've played around with the scripting of this a lot. So like here's a rough script for like episode 5. Here's rough script for episode 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, kind of plotting out the ideas of how to keep everybody together, how to present this. And I did okay with that. That was an okay thing, but I just didn't feel like it was getting the job done. So, of course, there's some adjustments to make, always to a rough draft, right? And I have been sitting here multiple days, multiple hours, sketching things out, literally sketching, things, step 1, step 2 on paper, and scratching it out and readjusting it. And it's literally just been like mental acrobatics for me. But I'm actually really happy to say the reason why this week's video was a little like, here's me cutting some obsidian, hope you enjoy, was because I did do that and I wanted to share it with you. The reason why it was like kind of loosely edited, I just kind of tossed you in there and was like, here, watch this happen, is because I've been really focusing on this Meteorite ID series. And so oftentimes when I am splitting my attention, sometimes I'll only get the one thing done kind of mediocrely good, and the other thing hopefully will be great. So I have recorded and privately posted a trailer or an intro to this series that I think I might share with you guys. Let me know if you want to watch it. It's like a minute and a half long maybe. And I have recorded the first 2 episodes and am editing those. So what have we got here? Intro, let's see, episode 1, episode 2. I'm starting on episode 3. I have episode 3 recorded. And I have a couple, two more scripted and planned and ready to go. So, I'm actually really excited about this because it was really hard to put it all together, but it's actually, the way I have it set up now makes a lot of sense and I think will be a really helpful tool. And by going through this, reverse engineering the whole like how to keep a whole group of people on track and everything like that, I think that I've come up with something that for me, when I was learning, this is what, like, if I could give you the gift that made it all make sense to me, it would be this thing. And so of course I'm super passionate about sharing that and I want to do it right. So I've been a lot busy with that. So my desk is currently covered with meteorites and meteor wrongs. And I want to have a look at them real quick. And also I got a little package from Topher and Sue. I want to look at that real quick. And we cut an agate that we found on the Jefferson this summer, and I want to have a look at that real quick. So lots of rocks, lots of stuff to talk about. Happy New Year. Cheers to you. Cheers to me. I sent my kid to fill my drink and I never got it back. Let me get my cup. Also, my pickup is in the shop getting a total overhaul by my brother and my son. And so I've had a little bit of like split supervision over like what I'm doing here and like what are they doing up there. So, all right. Let me swing my tripod around. Get you guys in the clamp. Hopefully I don't push any buttons or do anything ridiculous. Okie dokie. I had to count those, like physically count those. So on the table in front of us, we have 7 rocks, right? Is that right? 7 rocks, yes. Let's call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. One. It feels about the same as, or maybe even a little bit lighter than other rocks around, and has 0 magnetic attraction. 2. It feels actually kind of heavy for its size. Fairly strong magnetic attraction. 3. Feels like an average rock for its size. Some, magnetic attraction. Let's stop there. You guys want to guess? 1, 2, and 3. Meteorite, 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 or meteor wrong, meteor wrong, meteor wrong. I want to see your guys' guesses. Just guess. 1, meteorite or meteor wrong. 2, meteorite, meteor wrong. 3, meteorite, meteor wrong. I know I did not give you a lot of information. Ryan says wrong, right, wrong. Wild says wrong, wrong, right. Romania says met 2 and 3. I'm guessing none are or 2 is, says Ma. Allison said she missed it. We're just guessing these top 3 rocks. Are they meteorites or not? All I've given you really is like how they feel in the hand and if they attract a magnet. There was actually a right answer, a 100% correct answer here. Let me go back and see. And it was Wild. Wild guessed right when she said wrong, wrong, right. This rock does not attract a magnet, but looks like it maybe has a fusion crust or something on it. That doesn't mean that it can't be a meteorite. But in this case, it is not. So this one also attracts a magnet, but I've deceptively only showed you the top sides of this. And here's a window. So you see that it's metallic. It's got a metallic luster, but it's kind of a dull, like gray, silver, or almost black metallic luster, not silver like meteorites. And look at all those holes and bubbles in that bad boy. Meteor wrong. This one, on the other hand, is a meteorite. And boy, is it ever a weathered meteorite. So let's move on to the next 4 real quick. Just because they're in front of me, I've had these in front of me, so let's just go through them and test ourselves really quick. That one feels slightly heavy for a rocket size. Oh boy, the magnet really sticks to that one. That one actually doesn't really feel remarkably heavy or anything. Oh, nah, no magnetic response. That one feels about maybe a little heavy for its size. Try to get it in focus for you there. Ooh, it's quite sticky. Yeah, feels like other rocks its size. Ooh, some magnetic attraction, but quite little. Whoa, dropped my magnet twice. You can see some magnetic attraction, but just a little. So, guesses. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's okay. The fun of this, Ma, she's like, clearly I know nothing about that. The fun of this is that, like, test yourself now, and then I'll put this little mini series that I'm working on out, and then we can retest ourselves at the end of that and see if you guys learned anything, because I betcha I can make meteorite identifiers out of all of you. 1 and 3 are right, says Allison with 1L. Ryan says right, wrong, right, right. Romania says 3 is right. Have I got all the guesses? I think maybe. If Ma says 3 as well, yes, yes. Okay. Oh, welcome, Candy. Oh, I bet you're delighted. Wild says right, wrong, right, right. And Wild says, or Ryan says opposite for me. Wrong, wrong. Wrong, wrong, right, right. I forget what Ryan said. He says wrong, right, wrong, wrong. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Let's break it down just quickly, and I'll let you guys know. Did anybody get it right if they said wrong, wrong, right, right is the correct answer, by the way? Did anybody get it right? This is tricky. I did not give you all of the information that you need to make that determination. I've really only given you just a little bit of it. But oftentimes people try to make, they say, hey, it feels heavy and a magnet sticks to it. Therefore, likely a meteorite, right? And the point of that is that, no, magnetism and density are great information to have about a rock, but they only just tell us which questions to ask next. So this is a wrong. This was found in the driveway of just down the road from my house. Older couple friends of mine built a new shop, and when they were cleaning up all the nails and stuff with the big magnet, this, aggressively stuck to their magnet. And of course, he pulled it off the magnet and thought, gosh, it looks kind of metallic-y and stuff. Like, could it be a meteorite? And he even filed this flat surface in it, this window in it, so we can see that clearly it's the same color on the inside as it is on the outside. So this isn't some kind of beautiful fusion crust that we're seeing. And again, it may have a bit of a metallic luster to it, but it's like gray, like black gray. It's not like meteorite metal. So while the magnet sticks to it, we would hope to see like meteorite metal inside of there, like chrome bumper, not black gray. So cool rock, but just an earth rock. This one, like no magnetic attraction whatsoever to this one. And I think Ryan guessed that this might be a meteorite. And while it looks like it has fusion crust on it, and even if you flip it the right way, let's see, look, it might have flow lines on it. It's not the same color on the inside as it is on the outside, as far as we can tell. I mean, we haven't really put a window in this to confirm that or anything, but, it's got some convincing features. But in my video, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what fusion crust looks like, and you'll realize that, like, if you can get your finger on it and it's that thick, look, I just peeled a piece of that off there. That is not fusion crust. Fusion crust is so thin, you would never be able to, you almost can't tell, like, there's a difference there. So not fusion crust, not a meteorite, which moves us on to this one. I'm going to move him out of the way for just a minute so that we can stay kind of in this little focal zone here. This one sticks pretty good, And if we look at it, it kind of like has a little bit of like a rollover-y kind of feeling to it right here. There aren't any holes or vesicles in this. And I can see like mineral inclusions of some kind in here. If I ground this onto a file or something, I would see metal in this, because this is a Saracho palisite. This is a piece of Saracho. So again, I'm not giving you guys quite enough information when all I do is like, here it is. Does a magnet stick to it? Look at it. Isn't it great? But we're going to get better at that. We're going to learn what question to ask next and how to get really good at just narrowing down the rights from the wrongs. This, if you remember, had some magnetic attraction, and it was like better in that one spot. There you go. This is actually a really weathered NWA. And I have put a teensy teeny weeny little window into it right there. And you can see really weathered little metal flecks in there. Let's see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit. They're really weathered, so they don't look as shiny as they should. But to pair with that, I can also see chondrules in there. Obviously, it's not an overwhelming or breathtaking view or amount, because I was only brave enough to file a little window about this big. Thank you, by the way, Allison with 1L. Yeah, meteorites are named for where they're found. And Northwest Africa is a dense collection zone. And so and we can't just keep giving them the same name. So we give them a number or an unclassified NWA in this particular example. We know this is a meteorite, but why waste our time classifying it? It's an ordinary chondrite. It's weathered. It's kind of junk, but it's great for demonstrations like this and just to satisfy my own curiosity. So the real meteorites in this were these three rocks here. This being a classified palisite, Saracho, unclassified NWA, unclassified NWA. The meteor rungs in this were all found somewhere near, you know, in my backyard or near my house. So you got to find a lot of meteor rungs sometimes if you want to find a meteorite. So I still have never found a meteorite, but yeah, I think the better I can get at something like this, the better chances I would have of actually noticing one in the wild if I did see one and being able to distinguish, you know, what comes home for further testing and what stays out in the field. So that's fun, right? Yay, that's cool. I have a meteor wrong. Okay, Allison with 1L. I have a meteor wrong that I just got in the mail from Topher and Sue that I am just dying to show you guys. So every once in a while, there is a meteor wrong that is so good that it gets a place name like Saracho or Mendota. I had to really struggle to get that word out. Mendota. I have another one, and let me get it. What's this say? A convincing imposter. A terrestrial rock that passed so many tests, but not all of them. That's awesome. I didn't see that until just now. That's cool. Topher and Sue sent me a cool little package. Where'd my little magnet thing go? The magnet that I was using to show you those meteorites just now, they sent these in the mail in this package. And let's see, can you guys read it? Is it in kind of... Okay, so let me leave you there for just a second. And I'm going to grab one more meteor wrong that made it through a lot of tests. Okay, so I don't hate meteor wrongs, you guys. I really don't hate them. I don't. I really don't. I actually have a small collection of named meteor wrongs. I'm just covering that up because I don't want to show it to you yet. I just want to... It was a possible mesosiderite meteorite. Let's read the information on this one really quick, and then I'll show you this one, and then I'll show you the Mendota. Excuse my sniffle. Did you get a chance to check that out? Isn't that great? You have 4 magnetic pawns. I put it on the chessboard the other night. The kids and Joseph have been playing a lot of chess. Okay. Right about there, hey? So it was found in 84. What a great year. I was founded in that year as well. During a geological research in southeastern region of the plateau in Russia. A possible mesosiderite was found in the area and on the plateau. Okay, I can't read any of that. Although this rock resembles a mesosiderite in hand, sample aspects and having nickel-bearing iron metal, it is terrestrial, isotopic ratios, and several miniature chemical criteria. Most likely this rock is from the iron metal-bearing basalts of Siberian trap basalt sequence, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right? Okay. It's so darn convincing, you guys. Now, if you would have showed me this, I would have said, by all means, that's a meteorite. There's no holes in vesicles. There's shiny metal. And if I found this myself, I would send this in for classification. Definitely. It totally looks like a mesosiderite, which is a rare kind of meteorite. It's kind of like pallasites, where we get the metal and the silicates together. So that's a representation of a meteor rung that could have been a mesosiderite. This Mendota that I'm about to show you is representation of an ordinary chondrite that could have been a meteorite, but just not quite. And it's so pretty. It is so pretty. You guys get ready. Get ready to have your socks blown clean off. Mendota, 8.68 grams. Gift from the guy who found it himself. Ready? I think we need a little bit of a drum roll or some intense, like, da 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 da, or like the heavens open up music. Oh. Dun 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 dun, says Allison with one L. Is that not the prettiest dang thing you've ever seen? Where's my magnet? Because that's important, right? Here's the back side, not as polished. Right, Allison? Again, if I found this, I would know there was something not quite right, because they're blue and gray and they're like not quite round. So and look at, like, that one's even square. Obviously not a chondrite, but what in the crap? How'd you get it full of metal, Rock? So again, I'm secretly a bit of a connoisseur of meteor rungs as well. So when I say, I don't think your rock is a meteorite, don't take that as an insult, or don't take it personally, because some meteor rungs are darn pretty. And some of them fool the experts. Fool the experts. I have another one that was up for that went into classification and was turned down and discovered to be an earth rock as well. Let me get that one out as well. So you can be pretty darn good at this and still get a curveball thrown at you once in a while. This rock, when I obtained it, was pending classification. So it was in classification, and even the scientists who were holding it in the lab getting ready to classify it had, suspected that it's probably a Martian sugartite. Again, Martians, these are the rocks that do not stick to a magnet, but are meteorites. I dislike achondrites because they look so similar to earth rocks to me that I lose all my confidence when it comes to identifying them or describing them. But yeah, I have an ID card for this and everything that says Martian, pending classification, possible sugartite. And Romania says that the metal in these looks like silver. It should. It should if it's a meteorite. So these are meteor wrongs. Okay, I'm kind of, yeah, I've said that 1,000 times. I get it, right? But let me show you some meteorites and show you how that metal should look shiny like silver or like the chrome on your bumper. Okay. I tried to just out of my collection grab two that look remarkably similar. So again, this one was suspected to be Sierra, way to be awesome. This one was suspected to be mesosiderite. This is a mesosiderite. Let's see them side by side. Sorry, I gotta peel it out of the foam. Okay. This is NWA 14518. So confirmed. Been through all of the rigors of science and confirmed to be a mesosiderite. I know, it's a whole new language. It's like, but in this video that I'm putting out, this mini series, you can ID these rocks without having to know all that lingo. You don't have to learn all these fancy words. This is a right, this is a wrong. What a tricky little bugger, huh? They do look so close. And, you know, not all mesositerites are created equal. Some of them look even more like that than they do like the one I just showed you. And then I tried to grab, so that, again, that's that meteor wrong from Russia. And so now let's look at the Mendota next to an actual meteorite. Here's our Mendota. And here is NWA 869. Trying to get the metal to pop in this N869. Oh, I can nerd out so hard on this stuff, Ryan, it ain't even funny. So, you know, you can see some similarities between these rocks. I mean, obviously they're not identical, but again, no two chondrites really are exactly identical. Boo! Welcome. The one on the left looks almost bonish. Bonish? Looks like dino bone. Yeah. And I've thought that before, like there must be something psychological with me where I really get a kick out of like, because chondrites are actually some of my favorite meteorites. Sure, the mesositerites and the pallasites and stuff are pretty, and they're like, I have a few that are on my wish list and a few that I really, really love, and I'm glad that I have. But I honestly think that the chondrites are some of the, I have more of them than anything. I think they're really cool, you know, and I do think that chondrite meteorites do share some similarities with things like dino bone, and it's again, it's all that like, you know, little circular inclusions and stuff. Here's a piece of dino bone, just not the greatest, but again, there's something about that my brain must just absolutely not be able to get off of. Sorry, swinging you guys around. Because I collect rocks that have like little circles and stuff in them. Like there's a piece of dino bone back there, a beautiful piece of dino bone back there. There's a piece of whale bone. But yeah, I mean, I obviously have a thing for like little circles in rocks because those are the rocks that I gravitate strongly to. And I do it in my meteorites too. I love the chondrites. And this meteorong, this Mendota, blue is one of my favorite colors. That blue-gray is so beautiful. It's got metal all up in it. What kind of metal, I don't know. You may be able to research this and find out what the lab came up with to describe this. But hey, Daniel. But oh, it makes me, it's a chondrong. It is, it makes me just like speechless. I think it's beautiful. The outside of it, even if I picked it up and saw the outside of it, I would have brought it home and thought it could have been a meteorite as well. There's the not polished side. So I actually got meteorites in the same package as this, but I was like, you guys, I'm so excited about this meteor wrong. Like, I really am. It absolutely just delights me. Oh my God, I can't get over it. It's the greatest thing. It's the greatest new thing I think I have in my collection right now. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. I am a nerd. I will not even try to lie or deny. I am a total nerd. So I'm going to set that aside. I think this is cool. Look what Sue did. Mine isn't as cool, but maybe I'll send you that one from Mexico. Yeah, like I say, I have a meteor wrong collection, and some of them really stand out, especially when they have actually tricked the experts and made it through, like, you know, but not all of the tests, you know, like when it gets past, like, let's send it to a lab and the lab calls back and is like, I got bad news. Those are good ones. Those are especially good meteor wrongs. Anyway, you guys are all familiar with Chelly, I hope. If you're not, you should probably check it out. Yeah, not only is that a really cool picture of Chelly, but there's an actual piece of Chelly and a little piece of the blast glass on that card. I love like all the little info that's right there with it, because I have a piece of Chelly and I have a piece of the blast glass, but it's not presented like this with some of this cool info, right? And like I say, there was some really cool stuff in this package, and like I say, it's almost silly that one of the things that I was absolutely most excited about was the meteor wrong. Absolutely, Sierra. At least be aware that they exist, so if you do find a suspicious looking rock, you can, you know, think about it at least. I mean, chances are finding meteorites in the wild is really, really, really hard. But the more you're aware of it and the more you practice, you know, looking at, we just did a little test. We looked at 7 rocks. You guys unknowingly just got a little bit better at meteorite ID. So whether you realize it or not. So this is cool. This is that KT boundary sediment, and you can kind of see, you know, the little heavies in there, the little impactites, the little teeny tiny, I mean, that was such a big event that it just absolutely disrupted stuff, right? It just turned dirt to bullets, to molten hot bullets, and was so cool. Just cool, and probably the reason why we're here today is because of a little tiny moment in time that's been captured in that vial. Why are meteorites cool? They're some of the coolest rocks around, you guys. Like, rocks are cool. Meteorites are darn cool. Also, in this package, sorry, I know the bag is noisy. I am sorry about that. Oh, this is cool. This is a classified meteorite. This is NWA 18102. It's an L5 chondrite. Again, you guys don't have to know that. Just, knowing that it's a stony meteorite is probably good enough. How cool is that? Oh, it's chubby hubby. Looks like this one's probably a slice. That other one's an end cut, Let's check this one out. This is all the same meteorite, just different pieces of it, right? Oh, good. Yeah, did you, Mike? This thing is cool. Mike, do you have a cross-polarized device at all? Can you see your meteorites under cross-polarized light? I haven't looked at this yet under cross-polarized light. Oh, good. I was going to say, I haven't looked at this yet, but if you don't have a way to do that, we'll look at it together and so you can see, because it's got some really cool chondrules in it. Yes, Romania, this has got quite a bit of rusting around the metal there for sure. Lots of metal in it though. That's nuts. What did it classify as? An L? An L5. Huh. I suppose that's yeah. Honestly, that makes sense. Now that I see it, look at it, yeah. I've got big hair, chubby hubby, but I don't know if I'm the smartest cat in the alley. Why were you doing that, Ryan? Were you trying to rage bait yourself? Because I do that to myself every once in a while. Let's see. Let me get this other meteor wrong tucked back into this label so that I don't... If it tricked the experts, it could trick me too. So let me get it back in its proper place. That pending classification Martian sugartite. That poor thing. It looked real good, but it just didn't make the cut. What are we looking at next? I think that's what I got out of the Topher and Sue package. I wonder what that Mendota looks like under cross-polarized light. We should maybe... you know what? Last time I tried to do the microscope, it tried to autofocus and was not fun. I'll film it and we'll have a look at it. That's so cool, you guys. I'm so stuck on that. So stuck on it. Like, can't get over it. Won't get over it. You can't make me get over it. Yeah, maybe, Ryan. If I keep plowing ahead, full steam ahead, maybe I can get this meteorite ID series done and take care of. Let me grab the agate that we cut. Where did I put it? I didn't have to go that far away. It was just right here the whole time. Okay. Okay, so we stopped on the Jefferson this summer when we were out and about and did some rock hounding. And Lava found this agate. And it looked so red. It looked so juicy. I couldn't really tell if there was anything going on inside of it or not, honestly. But it did look pretty good from the outside. Look at all the red. So, I kind of was a big chicken, you know what, about cutting it. But it's winter time. And so let's go ahead and do it, right? So for starters, it really didn't turn out to be like as clear as I thought it was going to be. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good. Where is a good? I apologize, I really do. That's good focus. Can we zoom? Okay. So it's got like that sugar agate thing going on, which I actually really like. And ever so often throughout here, it gets a little bit spotty. And I also like that. So it definitely was not what I expected. Oh, thank you, Allison with 1L, who says, you guys remember to do the like button. I did actually, Mike, and I actually kind of wonder if this was a pet wood, if this was an agatized pet wood. The outside of it glows really orange and the inside kind of yellow. I don't know that to be for certain. Really, I don't, but it kind of made me wonder. It's super yellow under UV. Oh, look at it. Yeah, you do, Lava. Yeah, like I say, I absolutely love that sugar look when they do that. Oh, I dropped this one like 4 times and broke it finally. Like seriously, I had the dropsy super hard. I threw it on the floor. I threw it across the counter. I dropped it on the floor again. I picked it up and dropped it again. Oh, the poor thing. That's a pretty one. Look at all the color in that and all the little spots. So yeah, it definitely was not like the classic agate that I thought it was going to be. Oh, I remember this piece. So, yeah, like flower agate or like I say, sugar agate. The back. Yeah, we'll see. We've got a lot of cuts out of that blade, Lava. I remember cutting this piece in particular, and when it fell off the saw, I was like, something changed. It changed. Something changed. So we got treated to a little tiny druzy pocket in there, a little tiny bot hole. It's a PrairieGirlRocks, so it's got a cute little bot hole. And just absolutely surrounded by that sugar. It just looks like somebody just took flour and just sprinkled it out there. A little like fortification agate in there. Gross, how do I always get so filthy? A little like fortification agate in there. A little tiny one over there. I remember, like, I can see that one with my, it's like a little phantom agate in there. Remember seeing that one with my naked eye when it was all covered in oil. Yeah, for sure. And it's like, here's the other one. Here's the little pair to it. Yeah, it's pretty. Sure is pretty. Not at all what I expected, but beautiful. Like I say, I know the people who hunt the Yellowstone and stuff, they kind of scoff at the sugar agate. They're like, yeah, we don't keep the sugar agate. But like, what is that? That almost looks like a I swear, is this a big piece of chert? Does that not look like a teeny tiny little phantom of a smelly shelly of a, help me out, what's the smelly shelly's called? Turritella? Does that look like a little tiny turritella fossil? I mean, I could be making that up. Could be just two little things stacked on top of each other. Is it a little tiny gastropod, or is it just like the bubbles and the sugars? It kind of does, doesn't it? And I wondered it like once or twice before in the other slices. There were some, like I say, little tiny phantomy guys. See if I can see one with my eye really quick. Is there one there? Oh, I love the spots. I love the spots. There he is. It is a freaking turritella. Now, where's the one we were just looking at? So, confirmed, chert. Hence the organic glow under the UV. I wasn't sure. I was like, it glows like petwood under the UV. Well, it glows like chert too, doesn't it? Where's the other little guy? There's one there. Is that the one we were looking at? Right there. I don't think that's the one we were looking at. Okay, I got the other one marked with the other finger. Where'd he go? Little phantom crystal. Little fortification guy. It must be him right there. That convinced me enough to go looking back, eh? Look, there's one. Hello, friends. Hello, tiny friends. Hi, Betty. Oh, yeah. Little cuties. All right, moving on. Let me know if you guys see any more tiny friends in there. That's cool. I'll have to go grab a pic of those in the microscope later. You guys are going to have to follow up. I'm going to have to do a follow-up video just for this live of like the Mendota under the mic, under cross-polarized, and these little babies, these little baby agatized turritellas. Teeny tiny turritellas. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Mike. Oh no, Betty. There's one right there. You guys are supposed to holler when you see them. Holler! Maybe another one right there. There's Betty. Shell! Ah, cool. Rocks are so stinking cool, you guys. Like, take cover, Betty. Betty. Cheers, you guys. Seriously, this has been one shell of an episode, hasn't it? We got all cray-cray on the meteorite ID today and discovered upon closer look that there are, in fact, tiny friends in this rock. There's one. Aw. Yeah, they've been hanging out in there just waiting for us to have a look at them. Who'd have thunk it, guys? Aw. Yeah, so what a great, fun episode. Like, like I say, the people on the Yellowstone, and we were on the Jefferson, not the Yellowstone. But I know those that hunt the Yellowstone, when they find these big agates and they're not quite clear, they usually don't take them home. They call them sugar agates, they're just not fond of them. Excuse me, I had a little cheers there and I apologize, it summoned a burp. A tiny ladylike burp. But I like them. I actually really like them. I don't love cutting agates. In fact, Lava and I were joking because we've been cutting some obsidian and that was great. We got some really great. Look, he's so stinking cute. Where are you? Where are you? Right there. You're so cute. It cuts really easy, but and we've cut some other stuff lately that wasn't terribly hard either. I can't think exactly what it is right now. One from Ryan and Jahik. Oh yeah, that pink one. Did I show you guys that one? The whole thing, I cut it too. Where's that at? Oh, where is the pink rock? Oh, where is the pink rock? Oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where? Did I put the pink rock? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, this is killing me. Where is it? Oh, come on. What the heck? Oh my gosh, come on. I think last week all we saw was one slice of it, right? And it was still in the saw? Is that, oh. No. Is that where I left you guys on the pink rock? Ryan, you might remember better than anybody. Is that, I'm pretty sure that's what, last time what we saw with the pink rock was just the one slice and it was still in the saw, right? I'm fairly sure and it wasn't tremendously hard is what made me remember. Come on, where did I put it? Oh, right there. Thank God. I was about to like really lose my stuff. Holy cow. Oh, okay. So, when Lava and I, like I say, we were cutting that obsidian. You guys kind of got to see that in today's like short hustle bustle put together premiere that I put out. But every once in a while, like, and cutting agates is just about the most, we've even talked to Montana Agate before and asked him why he tries to be so difficult and ruin saw blades. Lava had kind of alluded in the comments earlier that we need to check the blade because he may have, he accidentally let go of this rock with the bucket, dropped the bucket when this rock was lined up to go through for the next cut. And it really banged into the saw blade. So he's like, I may have ruined a saw blade with Montana agate, notorious for doing it, right? So we were talking about, you know, we've cut some of these obsidians and things, but what next? You know, I mean, and you know, it's been a long time since we cut a Montana agate. There's a reason for that. Maybe we should remind ourselves why we don't do that, right? Like why you have to be like really committed to cut a Montana agate, because it sucks. I mean, certainly they're beautiful and they're worth it, right? But oh, criminally, if you really feel like punishing yourself or riding the struggle bus just a little, or, you know, like really testing the grit of what your equipment is made of, or your patience or anything like that, just go ahead and pick yourself out a good old Montana agate. And so by the time we were done cutting this, after we had cut all of this obsidian and other soft, beautiful rocks, this one was not bad. This was pretty easy to cut. Compared to this was pretty easy to cut. I looked at Lava when we were done and I was like, are we good and reminded? Was that enough reminding for, you know, a next little while that we dislike cutting Montana agates? Such a punk. Exactly, Ma. I mean, it is absolutely worth it, but oh, good golly. It smelled like saw oil in here that night. I don't think we finished till 2 o'clock in the morning either. It was just redunculous. Welcome, Alberta. Good. Fantastic. Everyone loves a second sluice. Oops, we just broke the end of it off. That's okay. This was in the box from Ryan and Jahik. And I believe that we only got to see it. It was this end last time I talked to you guys. All full of little druzy pockets here and there and everywhere. And almost blue, like we talked about last week, like almost a bit of blue that's up in here. This is Stone Canyon, by the way. Yeah, they said it came maybe from California. My great-grandpa lived, it's funny, Edwin was that's weird. My great-grandpa also was into lapidary and lived to be quite old. I don't remember really him in particular because I was really young, but they tell me that he used to keep a little notebook and a pen in his shirt pocket, and that I would climb up on his lap and constantly sneak his notebook and his pen out of his pocket and color and draw pictures in it and stuff, and that I was quite fond of him. So I didn't really get to know him, but I actually have some of his stuff. Some of his bolo pieces and like epoxy things and stuff that he did. So funny how kind of will run down the family a little bit, you know. Look, I love that orange down in there right now. That's so pretty. And look at that like little blue line right there. And they had similar names, by the way. More like blue-gray kind of over in that corner, right? Oh, I love this piece. Oh, boom, it opened up and got super pretty over there. Welcome, Dad Rocks. Good to see you. Glad you could join us. Absolutely. I adore old guys. Look, I love this like little where it actually gets almost little balls and circles, almost opened up into a little butthole in there. Jahik wasn't sure. Ryan said Breccia Jasper from California, but I'm 99% sure it's Stone Canyon. You know what? I buy that. I buy that. Ma is seldom wrong. And if she is, she's definitely not doing it out of malice, right? So I'm gonna jump on the Ma wagon right about meow. And it doesn't matter to me really what it is. I think it's beautiful. But it is always kind of cool to know the provenance of your rocks too, so. Oh, it's like a little heart with a little line through it. I love it. Everybody's actually kind of right. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I'm absolutely flabbergasted how cool and pretty it is. Oh my gosh. Just the everything. It's got beautiful little druzy pockets. It's got awesome contrast in the brecciation. Like I say, it almost takes a little blue hue here. And if there is, like I say, that Mendota, it's kind of got a little blue hue to it. I love it. And if there's one thing that I really like, you know, a blue rock tickles my fancy. A rock with brecciation or circles or jersey and all that does as well. But if you can get that blue to butt up against a yellow or a red or an orange, dang, it gets hot. Oh, so sassy. Look at it, just little tiniest little fort banding in there. Oh my God. Stop it. Look how like almost aqua blue it gets there. Oh, stop. Don't stop. Look at the edge. It's just so good. It's so good. Interesting. Oh, I love it. Like peaches and like a little tiny little pop of red, and there's a little more like, and then, you know, oh, just how, like, how, stop it. Oh, thank you guys so much for sending that. The edges are even pretty. Oh my God. Look, it's just so good. I've looked at it. I've looked at it probably 100 times already, but I just, each time I turn one over and I'm like, look. Oh my God. I leave my ring on my spray bottle sometimes. Just a good place that I don't lose it there, you know? So there it is, by the way. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Randy Sandmaker. Ooh, you guys enjoy your night together. It's Wednesday night, so not only did I geek out, hey Patrick, not only did I geek out about rocks here with you guys, but I'm gonna go geek out some more about with meteorite nerds tonight. I've missed like more meteorite meetings in this last couple weeks than I have in like 5 years of going to the meteorite nights. Look at that yellow pop inside the orange pop inside the, oh my gosh, stop. No, don't stop. Patrick, are you just swinging in? Happy New Year. Did you see my new meteor wrong, Patrick? I'm sorry, guys. I hate to do this like a 9-year-old, but I got a Mendota. Meteor wrong. Okay, carrying on. Go back and check that out, Patrick. We've had a really fun visit. If you're just popping in, need to go back and see. Look, green. We got freaking green. I didn't think it could get any better. And then it went and got better. What? Oh, come on now, you fancy little thing, you. Oh. Yeah, we geeked out a little bit on meteorites right before we busted into rocks. And meteor wrongs. A couple of good, really convincing meteor wrongs in my collection that are fun. I think you'll enjoy. All right. I am. I sometimes can't help myself, Allison. Oh, that's just nature did that, you guys. That white outline. Oh. Dude, breccias are so cool. And the ender here, the end piece, the end game. Dang. Wow. Dang diddly dang diddly ding dang dong. That be pretty. Woofda. Woofda. Oh, I love you, little inclusion. Oh, I'm a big fan, by the way. Thanks for, Quest for Details. Go check that out for sure. Allison mentioned it there in the chat. I'm a big fan, by the way, of Tectonic City. If you guys don't watch him, he's the, hey there, professor, look what I brought. Now tell me what's my rock. You guys ever watch him? And yeah, he does all the meteorite, meteor wrong music. The ain't no freaking meteorite. Oh, good for you, Ma. He is doing some type of a collaboration with another creator. Flash in Your Pan, I think, is the other creator, and it's going to be a live event. I've got the notification set. I hope to get to check that out. I really do. So if you're available and you're into that kind of thing, I suggest Tectonic City, and maybe go check that out and see what he's got to say on Flash in Your Pan and him get together. And I don't know if it'll be worth watching or not, but I'm going to go check it out. So I just wanted to throw that out there too, since Allison had mentioned Quest for Details. I follow 406 Prospector as well. He's kind of my neighbor. And Prairie Prospecting and all of them good old North boys. Thank you, Lava. Thank you. Oh, we had some good names in there too. Alberta got one. Fran got one. Heart of Gold got one. Candy got one. Jeff and Vicky got one. Awesome. That was like one of the better little handouts we've seen in a hot minute. I love that. Thank you, Lava, for gifted memberships. Oh, those memberships and little things that you guys do, the likes and the shares and the hypes and the subs and all of that stuff just helps me to keep creating videos. And that's, you know, I think really a cool thing that we get to do together. So I've teased you a little bit about the trailer and this meteorite ID video that I've been working really hard on. So I would like to just quickly share that with you guys before we go. Since you guys are here week after week, I want to go to my studio. Excuse me, I had another quick cheers. You guys are here week after week, and you guys are the supporters of this, you know, the perpetuators of this insanity that I call my channel. And so you guys deserve to have a little bit of a kind of a sneak peek, because I'm not sure when I'm going to be through with this, but I am working really hard on it in the background. So let's see if we can have some volume. The hard part isn't finding rocks. However, learning to determine whether... Okay. So, if there's one thing that you guys have learned from me over the years, it's that I don't like to promise anything that I can't fulfill, right? Like, I take that personally. That's kind of, you know, a real thing that is for real in my world. Like, I won't mention it or say that I might do it or am gonna do it for sure if I'm not really thinking, you know, gonna give it my solid Girl Scout effort to do it. So here is, like I say, just a trailer. This is kind of what the series, the Meteorite ID series, I know it's spelled wrong. Just give me a break. It was late when I finished it. Okay, here it is. If you've ever found a rock and wondered, could this be a meteorite? You're not alone. The hard part isn't finding rocks. However, learning to determine whether they are a meteorite or a meteorong can feel overwhelming if you don't know what question to ask next. I didn't start out knowing what I was doing. The years of hunting and collecting and education and outreach came after I learned this simple process. The truth is, you don't need years of experience, and you definitely don't need to learn a bunch of technical language. You just need to ask the right questions in the right order. This series is about sharing with you the single most important and effective tool that I've found throughout the years. One that works whether you're a beginner or experienced. We will walk through this chart together, step by step. We will test simple things like magnetic attraction, density, interior and exterior features. And at each step, you'll know exactly if your rock moves forward or stops. By the end of this series, you'll know whether your rock isn't a meteorite for clear, logical reasons, or you'll know exactly when to involve professionals and how to do that. This is the process that turned confusion into confidence for me, and it's a process that you can repeat on your rocks at home. So get that suspicious looking rock that got you curious, follow along, and let's get started. So, oops, we gotta get that fixed. There we go. So what do you guys think? I'm not the, you know, makes a promise that I can't fulfill kind of girl. So you are going to assume that I've done my homework and that I'm ready to do this, right? Trust me, I have done my homework and I'm ready to do this. So, yeah, if you know, for the next little while, like videos are just a little, like I seem a little scatterbrained. My videos are just not quite the great quality that they usually are, and it's just kind of bear with me. I'm working on something that I think is going to really make a difference for people. So, I hope anyway. That's my hope anyway. Like I say, you know, what is that called? Like the Dunning-Kruger sort of thing, or like, you know, oftentimes people who are underqualified will overrate themselves, and people who are, you know, qualified or more will kind of underrate themselves. I'm probably in that stage where, like, shoot, I could probably send it, you know, not even a good video, and it would help somebody and it would make sense and stuff, but I want it to be something that I'm not, you know, cringing, going, gosh, I wish I would have said that different. I did in no way promise in that intro that we were gonna identify that you do indeed have a meteorite. All I said is that you either don't have one or it's time to involve an expert. I am not promising that we are going to be like, this is the answer. Yes, you found a meteorite, because we're wrong sometimes, guys. We are wrong sometimes. So no one can actually say that except the lab. So I've been really careful. And then I know it's not a big deal to people to say that this rock is magnetically attracted, not magnetic, because there is a difference. And I know that for the purpose of teaching and stuff, that like no one really cares. No one really cares that you use that word wrong. This is magnetic. This has a magnetic pull. Sorry, I just lost my paper clip. This is magnetic. This is magnetite. And yes, it also attracts a magnet, but this actually has magnetism. This is magnetic. This meteorite, on the other hand, is not magnetic, but has magnetic attraction, is attracted to a magnet, is attracted to a magnet, is not magnetic. So just simple little terms like that. I have pet peeves about, as a teacher, misusing that kind of stuff overly, you know. Occasionally we can let it slide, but overly we should be a little accurate if we can be. I don't use a lot of meteorite lingo in this upcoming series. You don't have to learn all those fancy words. Chondrite, palisite, achondrite, sugartite, you know, enstatite, like, you know, you don't have to learn any of that stuff. You just need to learn how to ask the right questions in the right order. So we ran through like 7 rocks at the beginning of today. We'll try it again, you know, later in the future, after I've put the series out and you guys have got familiar with how the chart works. And then I'm going to explain to you guys at the end too why it works. And we'll get into that all in another day. But we'll run another quick test and see if you guys have gotten any better at meteorite ID. I think that you will. I think that anybody can do an okay job of it at home if they just ask the right questions in the right order. So. More meteorite identification is wide open and very much in demand right now. Yes, I have been pushing us to explain the difference between magnetite versus attracted to a magnet. Agree, Pat. I agree. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is. I mean, that is magnetite and has magnetic attraction, you know? This is attracted to a magnet. There's 2 different things. You know, to the layman, it doesn't matter, but, you know, to me and Pat, it does. So, and the difference is important. I agree, especially if we're going to like really get down to splitting hairs and figuring out, you want good answers. We need to ask good questions. So, hopefully I've set that up and we can get really better at that together. And hopefully I've I've ran through my script enough times that I've found all of the loose ends and loopholes and missing things and have got them plugged in and make it really cool for you guys to follow along and try. Get that rock that got you curious and follow along at home, right? So I'm excited. Rocks are tricky, aren't they, Sierra? They actually, and my poor brother, he's been staying here on my couch for the past few days and helping me do an overhaul on my truck. I've been just like, oh yeah, let me chat your ear off about that for a little while. Like, oh, I'm such a nerd. Actually, meteorites aren't as complicated as Earth rocks are. If we have to be, you know, it's not impossible to learn. Yes, it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn rocks too, but look at you guys are doing that. So yeah, I think we can do it though. I think we can do it without having to know a lot of fancy words, without having to, just by looking at a few simple things and asking the right questions. And the reason why that works is because meteorites are simpler than Earth rocks. Because if it's this, then it can't be that. If it's that, then it can't be this. So if we ask the right questions in the right order, we can narrow it down to within a margin that's greatly accurate. So oh God, have you done that, Ryan? Have you ever? I have a green rock. Okay, I have a green, like, sparkly, crystally rock. It's funny that you mentioned. I have it right here, as a matter of fact, because it's driving me insane. And I have tried to figure out what this green rock is. You know, what is my green rock? It could be epitote. It could be peridot. It could be. I'm like, no. Oh man, seriously. And that's just one green rock, right? Like, you ask what is the green stuff in a meteorite, and it is olivine. It's like one option. So it's not as bad as you think it is. It can feel really overwhelming when you pick up a rock and you're like, is this a meteorite? And you don't know what questions to ask, right? But really, in a matter of like 5 or 6 questions, less than maybe even 4 or 5 questions, we can narrow it down, and the actual probability of that being accurate is huge. So it's actually quite simple. And we'll get into it. We'll get into it another day. I could, like I say, ooh, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I could just gab about it all day long. I am truly passionate about it, if you guys can't tell. So, and it's been, you know, it's been on the back burner. It's been moved back to the front burner, and it's been shuffled back to the other back burner, and then moved back to the other back burner, and then to the front burner. And I've been working a lot on it, trying to get it just right. So, it's definitely, you know, been on my mind. So, but anyway, Happy New Year, you guys. I think this is the official first time, like, New Year that we got to hang out together, right? I think that deserves a bell ring and a jig. And a jig. Look, I found my sunbeam. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. And you, and you, and you. And yours, and yours, and yours. I hope it's rocking for all of us. Seriously. With many, yes. Oh, I love that. Pat says a new year with many black rocks. Yes, I love it. Oh, with many beautiful chondrules and clustered chondrules and oh, meteor rungs that look great. Meteor rocks or pink rocks from Ryan and I mean, just, oh, you guys. We are rock rich. We are rich with friends. We are rich with information. We are rich with love. We are rich with kindness. We are rich. We really are. Our treasures might not look like, you know, gold in a vault or cash in a bank, but we certainly are rich, you guys. So yeah, on that note, I don't think I could sum it up and say it any better than that, honestly. And I've I've shook the bell. I've shooketh the bell and I've doneth the jig. So I think, yeah, let's sing the song and get out of here before I start rambling about meteorites some more. I'll save it for the crew tonight. They can have a little dose of my enthusiasm this evening, since I've missed them for like 3 weeks in a row. I feel terrible. It's just I miss them. I feel out of the loop. Let's get that Mendota. I can't not show it one more time. Okay, I'm gonna stick it on the magnet so I can hold it up in front of you guys too. We're gonna sing the song, guys. Pretty rocks out on the prairie, pretty rocks are everywhere, pretty rocks for us to look at, pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one, and a green one, and a blue one, and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty, and they all are everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. And in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. Which reminds me, go to my posts on my page and check out the song for Rick Rock and Walker. And there's a link on that post to Rick Rock's video where I had the privilege of first meeting Walker. So check that out if you're, got nothing better to do and you want to feel a little warm spot somewhere. Go check that out. All right. Love you guys, and we'll see you again. Happy New Year. Boop. Peace, hippies.